Allay. The Allay is a small flying helper mob that is designed to assist rather than fight. It can pick up items and bring them back to the player, which makes it especially useful for sorting, collecting, and cleanup tasks. Because it focuses on support instead of combat, it feels different from most other mobs in the game. It is one of the best examples of a mob that adds convenience and personality at the same time. Armadillo. The armadillo is a calm mob found in dry biomes such as savannas. When it senses danger, it rolls into a shell to protect itself, which gives it a very distinct behavior compared to other passive mobs. Its biggest gameplay role is tied to wolf armor, which makes it useful for players who travel with tamed wolves. Even though it is not aggressive, it still has a meaningful place in survival progression. Axolotl. The axolotl is a colorful aquatic mob found in the waters of lush caves. It brings a softer and more playful feeling to underground water spaces, which are usually dark and dangerous. In combat, it can be surprisingly helpful during underwater fights, making it more than just a decorative creature. Its charm comes from the way it blends beauty, usefulness, and personality. Bat. The bat is a small ambient mob that usually appears in caves and other dark places. It does not attack the player or affect survival in any major way, but it helps make underground areas feel less empty. Its fluttering movement adds life to spaces that would otherwise feel silent and lifeless. For that reason, the bat is mostly about atmosphere rather than gameplay. Bee. The bee is a neutral mob that lives near flowers, bee nests, and hives. It plays an important role in pollination, honey production, and the natural rhythm of farming. Bees also add a sense of calm and activity to fields and gardens, which makes the world feel more alive. They are one of the clearest examples of a mob that is both useful and charming. Blaze. The blaze is a hostile nether mob that floats in the air and attacks by launching fire. It is one of the most important mobs in the game because it drops blaze rods, which are needed for major progression items. Without blaze drops, reaching the end would be much more difficult. Its fiery attacks and floating movement make it one of the most recognizable nether threats. Bogged. The Bogged is a skeleton variant that attacks with poisonous arrows. It feels like a damp, more dangerous version of the regular skeleton, especially in swamp-like environments. The poison effect makes close combat much more punishing, which raises the pressure during fights. It is a good example of how a simple variation can make a familiar enemy feel fresh again. Breeze. The Breeze is a fast, hostile mob that uses wind-based attacks. Instead of relying only on raw damage, it focuses on pushing the player around and disrupting movement. That makes battles with it feel more dynamic and less predictable than standard enemy encounters. Its mobility gives it a very different identity from most other hostile mobs. Camel. The camel is a tall desert mob that can carry 2 players at once. Its height changes the experience of travel because it gives riders a better view over terrain and obstacles. That makes it especially useful in wide open biomes where distance matters. The camel also adds a sense of style and scale to desert exploration. Cat. The cat is a tameable village mob and one of the game's most familiar comfort creatures. Besides being visually appealing, it also helps keep creepers away, which makes it genuinely useful in survival. Cats make villages feel warmer, safer, and more lived in. Their combination of utility and charm has made them one of the most beloved mobs in Minecraft.